Hello and welcome to this Magna Matic video where we're at Equip Expo 2025. In this video, we'll go through a nice booth tour of all the equipment and let you see the booth experience in the demos without actually having been at the show. You can get a little tour. Welcome to the booth here for Magna Matic at Equip Expo 2025. Let's take a little booth tour with some quick demos. Here we have the MAG 12008 lawnmower blade cleaner with its dual gangs of brushes to be able to clean all the vegetable material off the blades very quickly, along with dust collection to take all of that mess away so we're not making a mess in your shop with this operation. And of course, cleaning is the first operation in blade service so that we can inspect for fracture as well as get an accurate balance when it comes time for balancing. So I'll give you a quick demo of the unit. I will take this blade where we've got some caked on grass and rust on the back of the teeth here, which is usually a stubborn area and difficult to get off, and we'll clean that now. Now you can see how quickly that got all that material off in those stubborn gator teeth. Now, of course, the machine can go up past the whole blade and clean the whole blade. You would turn it around to do the last bit. Of course, we have a balancer here for checking the straightness of the blade as well. The next model is the MAG 8100, which is a good prosumer or small landscaper unit who's only dealing with flat, straight cutting edges and only looking for 30 degrees. This machine will only give you 30 degrees and will only be able to be set up with a grinding wheel. So we'll give you a quick little demo of that, grinding a blade. The next unit here is the MAG 8200. This is a BM because it's the belt grinder along with the modular work table, and of course set up with the dust collector and the additional spark arresting box. And we'll do a quick little demo with this. It operates very similarly to the 8100, but of course an advantage with the belt is the diameter of a belt is consistent, so there isn't the constant adjusting that you would have in a grinding wheel. So that's one of the other nice advantages of belt grinders. In the front here, we have our new MAG 6000 hedge trimmer blade sharpener. This is able to do extremely long, over 30-inch hedge trimmer blades, double-sided or single-sided, and it gives you that perfect chisel angle edge every time with a very easy operation. So generally speaking, the first operation with sharpening a hedge trimmer blade would be to deburr the underside. Our top opens up here and we've got the heights worked out so that when we come across to deburr, when I demo this, you will see it just lightly deburrs the underside so as not to damage any of the teeth. And then we'll come down here and the fences, you'll see I will bump against the fences as I index to each tooth as I grind it. And then of course, this fence can swing over to this side and we would do the other teeth on the opposite side of the machine. And so you actually work on both sides of this machine, allowing you to do both directions of all the teeth. Now the next two in the lineup here are actually the identical same machine. They are both Mag 8200 BMs set up with water cooling. However, this one will open up both fronts so you can see the difference. Because again, the fantastic thing about the 8200 is that it's a chassis that can be built out in a number of different ways based on your needs. Whether you need the modular work table, you want a grinding wheel, you want a belt, water cooled or dry, it's all available. And so here, again, these are the same machines, both set up with the modular work table. One has the mulching blade table installed, one has the straight blade table installed. And we'll give you a quick demo of both of those. And again, both of these machines are really suited for people sharpening a lot of different blades who are looking for different angles and different blade styles between mulching and straight. And again, when we talk a lot about mulching, to be clear, we're talking about blades that actually have bends and curvatures in the cutting edge. Gator style blades or toothed blades, which often are referred to also as mulching, still have a flat straight cutting edge and can be done on the belt. So here we'll do a mulching blade, and you'll notice when I ride over the mulching blade, I am not manipulating it. I'm letting the table and the wheel come over the cutting edge, and I'll be just putting some downward pressure as we grind. So there you can see how the 1/2-inch wheel and the rounded work table follow over all of the curves, giving you the same angle along the length of the cutting edge. Now here we have the, like I said, the same machine, but now set up with the belt for doing very heavy hogging. The water-cooled belt grinder is best suited for someone who really has bad blades to do, that has to take a tremendous amount of material off the blade. Because of its ability to get rid of all the heat, there's no limit to how hard you can push to really hog material off quickly. And here we have the Mag 1000 blade balancer. Again, with its magnetic chuck, an accurate slide, we can balance a blade. First, we locate the hole onto the cone so that we're in the concentric center point. I'm going to pull the magnet forward with my fingers. And then here, the first operation is to check if the blade is straight. So I'm going to touch this gauge rod off near the tip and then compare the other end of that blade to see if the blade is straight. And if you would have a gap in here, you would know that the blade is bent or the two tips are not in the same plane. Here now, if I let go, the heavy end rotates to 6 o'clock, and you can see that it happened very quickly. That's an indication that this blade is very out of balance and there's a tremendously larger amount of weight on this side than this. We would need to grind more off of this side of the blade to get the blade to sit horizontal, relatively horizontal, or keep in mind, if it moves extremely slowly, that would also be adequate because of the accuracy of our balancer. If you would have a blade that would take 6 or 7 seconds to get to 6 o'clock, that blade would still be within tolerance and usable. But when you see a blade drop in 4 seconds or less, that is a lot of weight that really needs to be corrected, because that will produce detrimental vibration to the machine. One other unique feature of all of our sharpeners is that we use a single direction motor, so the operator can never turn the motor on the wrong direction. And if you noticed while I was grinding, the wheel is turning clockwise and the sparks shoot up into the grit guard. So again, the machine is always pushing the blade away we're keeping a safe machine by not having the machine suck the blade in or pull it away from the operator. So it's very important that you notice all these machines are pushing the blade away. You are putting force into the wheel to do the cutting. And if you come around back here, we showed all right-handed blades, but all of our machines, you can simply stand on the opposite side and do left-handed blades. So if you have Walker brand blades or other tractor mowers that would have a left-hand discharge, you simply stand on this side of the machine and feed in to do left-handed blades. And the water cooling guard, which is kind of neat, it has a magnet on it. It can be flipped over to the opposite side as a splash guard, as well as the work table can be flipped around and have the longer side on the rear for left-handed blades as well. So it's completely convertible for doing those left-handed blades. Well, thank you very much for watching this little tour of our booth at Equip Expo 2025. If you certainly have any questions, give us a call or reach out at magnamatic.com. And if you get a chance, come to Equip Expo. It's a fantastic show where you can see demos on the whole industry for landscaping. See you next year.